to the public regarding the Standing Rock situation, the battle, the efforts that are being made up there.
So just hold it.
Fair to protect the water.
Oh, it's showing me.
So at this time, those of you who would like to turn your signs around the other way so that people can still see them. At the same time, if you have anything that you would like to record with your cell phones or anything, you've got Facebook.
You're live right now.
Like to put this out, you know, so that everybody will know. And at this time, I want to say who I am. I'm from South Dakota. I live downriver along with some other relatives, but our concern is about the water at home and the oil corporations that are working very hard to destroy the sacred and the lands of our nations at home. And as far as we know, from what is happening up there, there's many violations. The United Nations has set in an assessment team. They've gone over all of the civil rights violations, treaty violations, spiritual religious act violations, presidential orders, executive orders been violated, many laws that are broken. We've also got treaties at home that they're using, and yesterday the governor of North Dakota made a statement and he spoke around that. He didn't address anything. He's still in denial, saying that they're not doing what they're doing despite all the evidence, the video evidence that's put out. And so we would like to set the record straight. The banks, Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those of you who have accounts in these banks, we're asking you from the love of our hearts to stand in protection of the water. The water is vital to all of the survival of humanity. Everything on Mother Earth needs water to live. And so we are standing with the sacred today. We are standing in prayer, we're standing in peace, we're standing in love. We're going to stand in love from this day forward, as prophecies say, this new paradigm, this new way of earth. We are that. We are the ones that humanity has been waiting for. We are the tribe of peace. We are the tribe of love. And we are the ones that are going to come to help save Mother Earth and fulfill our sacred responsibilities to her. She has chosen us. Humanity is the species to save the earth. Only we can do that. Every other species on this planet has fulfilled its own sacred right, its own sacred responsibilities, but humanity, every human being on this planet has violated every spiritual and universal law in creation. And so at this time we're trying to correct some of the wrongs and the injuries that we've incurred upon Mother Earth. It's time now to do something about the wrongs that we've done, the damage we've done, the hurt that we've caused Mother Earth and to each other. We've been working against each other, and at this time, because of the water and the prophecies that are in place around the world, the red man, this is our time, as it's said in history. The red nation shall return, and when we do, we will come back during a time when the earth is sick with selfishness, separation, and greed. And it was also foretold at that time that the nations of the world, those seventh generations that would gather the humanity, all of the nations of the world together, despite your color of your skin, eyes, hair, or gender, that we would stand up to recognize our sacred responsibilities in creation. And we would work very hard with one another, recognizing those sacred responsibilities to help bring back the circle of life. We would reunite and reinvigorate and enliven humanity at this time. The prophecy of the white buffalo calf plight of this nation. The white buffalo calf woman being one of the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. Red star woman, blue star woman, white star woman, turtle woman, corn woman, divine mother, and white buffalo calf woman. So we're asking everybody, look in your history. All of humanity has this written somewhere. If it's not in a book, it's on caves, it's on symbols, it's in messages. It's all over this planet. On the highest mountains, the symbols are there. The oldest of them being the egg. It's older than the circle, older than the medicine wheel, older than the cross. The egg, the symbol of creation, the symbol of creator. And so also, those kinds of teachings will be shared on and on and on. At this time, I want to say thank you to everybody who has withdrawn your money and closed your accounts in Citibank, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo across the nation. Today, the bank is closed. Across the United States, they have given the order today to close the doors. And so today, our efforts, our prayers, our stand with the water, that which is sacred, we are defending is life on this planet. We all need water. So, in recognizing that, knowing that, clear to your soul, not just in your mind and the knowledge, but the feeling in your heart, but clear to your soul. You know that the water is part of creation, way across this universe. It's in the tails of comets. It's in the atmospheres of moons and other planets and galaxies. Amongst all of the multiverses of time and space. It's there. We recognize it from our very starry origin, from whence we came before we incarnated into this flimsy flesh and bone. We knew the sacredness out there. We knew the power that was there. And now we're moving into this new paradigm, this new era, this new age, where the elements of creation are also changing. It's not just water, fire, earth, and air anymore. There's another, and it's called ether. It's coming from our relative right there, the sun. From the sun, it's emanating more and more energy, and they're detecting more ether in there, which is a spiritual element. It's spiritual light. And so if you haven't ascended, if you haven't made the effort to grow spiritually, you are going to have a difficult time, and if you don't recognize the sacred within you, you're not going to recognize it without you. So today, we are making that stand to tell the world, defend the sacred, defend the land, protect the water, the sacred flame within you, and also Mother Earth. Use the ether, the spirit within you, the love and light that keeps you moving, keeps you alive. If any of that disappears, if it's not within you, you wouldn't be here. When those atoms stop spinning, that cell within you will die, return back to the earth. So we're asking people of the world, people of the United States, to stand to protect the water, the elements of creation, water being one of the most important of them. So, at this time I stand before you as Chief Elkman of the Hunktuan Nation of South Dakota, where 17+ million people will be affected by the toxification of the waters in South Dakota when, it's not if, but it's when that pipeline breaks. Last year there are 365, one a day, and they say it's rare. Fires, rivers are on fire. grounds contaminated. Animals can't even eat the grass, and you can't eat the animals, you can't eat the birds, the plants. Those that are vegetarians, everybody's gonna be eating contaminated food. You'll have to move and relocate. So the governments are working with corporations to ignore a lot of these things. And so we're hoping that our stand here today will help to enlighten people around the country in knowing that these banks are supporting the destruction of life on our planet as we know it. So stand with those who stand with the sacred, defending the sacred, that which is holy, that which is our ancestry. They're digging up sacred sites. Some of them are even private land where their family members are buried there, their grandpas, their sons, their daughters, grandchildren. They've already done this. Testimony is already out there. They think nothing will stop them, but hopefully we can slow them down and put a stop to it by pulling their bankroll away from them. So at this time I want to thank you all. Those of you going by in your cars, if you hear this, spread the word. Put it on Facebook, put it on internet, put it on your websites. Let the world know what's happening, because if it happens here, it's going to happen someplace else. In Syria it's happening. In other parts of the world where there's very little water. Those who went through Holocaust, the same tactics are happening here today. Those have not gone away. So we have the realization that we're all more connected, we're more unique than we are different. Water ties us all together, because if one is injured, we're all injured. If one is hurt, we're all hurt. If one is in pain, we're all in pain. If you are a mother, grandmother, grandfather, father, auntie, uncle, you have nephews, nieces, and your own children, please protect the water for them. The next generations behind us, we don't want to leave them a dirty, filthy, contaminated, toxic world. The children are standing up today. They're coming from all over the world to speak to their governments, the presidents and congresses, to put policy in place. They don't want to inherit a toxic world. They don't want oil. They don't want the water, because green energy is the way of the future. Those things that the United States government and other governments of the world have been talking about, they haven't followed through, and it's time they stand behind their word. Clean energy is the way of the future. Oil and fossil fuels is getting obsolete. The government knows this. That's why they're fighting to get the last of the dollars out of the ground before they run out, and at no cost to the people. So it's a really big, a big cost to the people. So they're putting all the effort behind their drilling, their fracking, their CO2 emissions. They're destroying the world. So I want to say that much to everybody, and I support you in my heart, my prayers, my love, my life. We will stand here and continue to pray throughout all of the coming days until my last day. I will stand here in prayer and in love. So, Hao Midauke Oyasi.
Aha, hopla.